Hello, and welcome to the 22nd episode of my Trying to Conceive journey with Bonnie. My name is Sandra Jones-Keller, and I'm the Intuitive Pregnancy Coach with the CCFL Global Academy. So I'm very excited to be with you here today. So the last couple of weeks we've been talking about dealing with the opinion of others on your Trying to Conceive journey over 40. Last week we talked about emotional blocks to trying to conceive. And this week, we're going to talk about what are your opinions about your trying to conceive journey. Good morning, Bonnie. How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. I'm excited for today.
I'm so excited also, and I love it because when we talked about our topic today, I had something in mind and you had something in mind, and they always kind of mesh, even though they may be from a little different perspective. So you were talking about yesterday, you noticed that you hadn't even been thinking about trying to conceive. So say a little bit more about that.
Yeah, well, for the last probably 2 years, I couldn't go through a day without this desire of wanting to have a baby, coming into my mind and forcing myself to be like, thank you for the baby, thank you for the baby, thank you for my babies, and I'm trying to think positive thoughts. But yesterday I realized, Sandra, that I haven't been forcing thoughts at all. I've been visualizing what it's going to be like when I have my babies. I've been visualizing the ultrasounds and giving birth and nursing my babies and all these things. And yesterday when I was thinking about today's video, I'm like, I haven't even been thinking about it like during the day and from my conscious thinking mind at all, which I think is a really great sign that my subconscious mind, all of me, is beginning to actually believe what's happening, that it's going to take place, which is really an exciting place to be.
And I love that because you gave the example of when you order a set of curtains at Sears, you don't sit there thinking, when are my curtains going to come? When are my curtains going to come? You know they're going to come. And so what you were doing was, okay, I placed my order, but let me check in. And so now where are you?
Oh, yeah, and what could go wrong? What could go wrong with my order? Let me better check that out. So I got to make sure that I don't mess it up. And so I just saw that this morning when we were chatting before the video. I saw that analogy because it's exactly what I've been doing, and I'm sure millions of other trying to conceive moms are doing the exact same thing, Sandra. And this visualizing, I put on some quiet music, and I use your grounding techniques, and I take the deep breaths, and I shut down my thinking mind, the resistant mind, the logical mind, and I completely shut it down, and I go to my imaginary mind, and I just picture the most beautiful pictures, and I'm so happy in those pictures, Sandra, that I'm just not missing out anymore. I feel like it's really exciting.
And that's great because the more attention we place on what we desire, the more the universe can fulfill that. And so when I was thinking about, dealing with my own opinions of things, so this morning I noticed that, my neck has really been kind of out and bothering me. And I was thinking, God, I need to get to a chiropractor because it is just kind of throwing off my whole alignment. And then I had to stop. I was like, so what do I really believe? Because I teach that you can communicate with your body. I teach that you can heal your body. Your body is intelligent. So I had to look at, well, what am I believing here? If I believe that I have to go outside of myself to start aligning my body. And so that's what I want you to start doing and the women to start doing is catching those little instances because I was inconsistent. And that's not to say I shouldn't get outside help, but that's not to say that I can't go to a chiropractor, acupuncture, doctor, massage therapist, whatever, because those are very supportive of me. But if I'm thinking that that's the only way that I can get back in alignment, then I'm kind of missing the mark for myself because I know that it's possible to heal my body. I know that it's possible to work with my body. So I had to come step back and say, what do I believe? And in that moment, I saw that I had a split mind. I saw that I was believing that I had to go outside of myself to heal my body. And so as you start noticing those thoughts that are, my eggs are, I only have a couple of good eggs, I'm over 40, all of the medical facts that say I can't have a baby at this age. Start noticing where you're buying into that, because that's an opportunity to shift your thinking. It's an opportunity to heal that thought, and it's an opportunity to come back to center and say, okay, I saw that I was kind of moving and leaning over there, and I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to work with my higher self, and I'm going to work with my intelligent body so that I can create my highest desires. And so that's what I mean by what are your opinions of trying to conceive? Because it's so easy to think, like you were talking about, so easy to think that, oh, I believe, but then you start catching those small moments where it's revealed that
you're
really
searching the Google pages on what could be wrong with my eggs. That's telling you that you don't really believe. And I have a comment to make before we end today. A lot of people will get pregnant by accident, or they'll be teenagers and they'll have sex one time and they get pregnant, and it's just like, what's going on? And here's the thing. If you're scared that you will get pregnant and you get pregnant, right, it's because you believe that you will, and you're scared that you will. And so if you are trying to conceive in any way, trying is the word here that we're talking about. When you're trying, it means you don't really believe that it can actually happen. And if you're scared that it's going to happen, you really believe it's going to happen. And guess what? The law of perpetual transmutation says energy moves from thought form into physical form. And I think, Sandra, it's your meditation that if you were to do it more often, 2, 3, 4 times a day, and then like you've placed the order with the Sears catalog, and now you just go through the rest of your day, that is helping my subconscious mind really believe, to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm going to have a baby here soon. It's awesome and crazy, but that's the key secret right there that you teach so well, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and we're not saying that this is easy, because it takes discipline. It takes discipline to keep your mind focused and to not listen to those little voices that want to say, I can't, it's not possible. So it takes discipline, and discipline can be very difficult, I find, at times, because if I'm not paying attention, next thing I know is I'm way over here in left field. I'm like, how did I even get there? So the discipline for me is, okay, I noticed that thought, and let me be with that thought, let me release that thought, let me ground myself back into the truth, and know that those are just the wandering thoughts. Do you have any last words that you'd like to share?
No, but this right here, if you see this video, click like and share it in all of the Trying to Conceive forums, because I think there's so much pain involved in the Trying to Conceive journey. Every single month your friend shows up and reminds you. And, what Sandra teaches and what we've been working through for the last year or so has just finally got me to a place of just total peace and happiness, regardless of the results. And I know that the more that you believe, the more it's actually going to happen. And, just if you can find it in your heart to use your imagination and then let go and let God is one of my favorite sayings lately. And it's all about the journey. It really is. This isn't about your baby and when your baby's going to come, because if you have a desire to have your baby, it's going to come, right? But it's about the journey and really finding yourself. And when you discover that about what you're going through, life is going to change for you. It's pretty awesome. Thanks, Sandra.
Thank you so much, Bonnie. And we're going to go ahead and end here, and just each moment bring yourself back to center. And when you're not in center, when you feel anxiety, when you feel afraid, when you're starting to worry, when you feel anything but love, peace, and joy. And like I said, it takes discipline, and the more you do it, the more peace you actually will have in your life, not just with your trying to conceive journey, but with everything that's going on in your life. So thank you so much for joining us again today. Please go back. You've got 21 other videos to catch up on if you haven't been following us, because each week we introduce a different concept or principle or story that will assist you on your trying to conceive journey. Like this video, share this video, visit my website to get your top 10 proven tips to have a deeper spiritual bond with your baby. Click on the link below. Check out the CCFL Global Academy. We have 30 other amazing experts committed to healing, uniting, and empowering you and your family. Until next time, have a fantastic day.